Hello friends of Gulf Coast Quality Fertilizer. Today we're going to talk about how to seed small spots, thin areas where there's turf already existing there, and it's really an easy process, but I want to make sure that you're doing it right to get your best success. First thing to know, and most areas that are getting seeded are typically shade, especially here at the end of the summer. August is the month to seed in the shade. August 1st. You know, you ever notice there's not a whole lot of weeds in the shade, and that's a good thing. That means you can seed a little bit more frequently. But August 1st, if you want to have a chance for success, or the best chance for success, you want to do it in a time where we have plenty of warm time left of the year, and then we have the fall for that grass to really get established and throw some roots down and have the best chance to survive next season, right? That's what we got to do, is try to make that grass that's in the shade survive June, July, and therefore August, right, of next season. So planting in August is the time to have the best opportunity for that to happen. It's really simple, actually. You'll come to your areas. I like to use a rake like this. You know, there's many other ways you could do this as well. Why I like this is because if I'm coming in here to loosen up the soil and get myself ready for seed, that I'm not tearing up all the good grass. I'm just loosening that soil up, right? So I get the soil loose. You want about a 1/4 inch looseness, not a bunch, right? So notice how we still have our good grasses that have made it. They're mature, so I want to keep those in there. If they're already established, you don't want to pull those out and try to start fresh. You want as much of the grass that survived that summer already to stay there, right? And so I leave as much of that as I can. Then I come in with some shade seed. That's what this is. And I'll shake it into these areas here. You know, you don't have to worry about exactly how heavy. You do want to figure out that, you know, you want it to be heavy enough where, you know, you're seeing, you know, some soil, but a decent amount of seed there, right? And so that's what you'll do. You kind of go through and do this. You can even be more, you know, liberal with it if you decide and you just want to just throw it in. Who cares if it gets other places? Now here's the thing, though, if you just start throwing seed on the ground, unless it stays wet for like the next week, you're not going to get very much success out of that situation at all. You have to work it in the soil to have success. So I get it on my loosened soil. I use my handy dandy rake again. Sometimes I actually, if it's a really loose soil, I'll actually kind of go backwards across it. It doesn't look like it's doing much, but that way I'm not dragging the seed out of the hole. I'm kind of just mixing it in. I'll go through it about 4, 5, 6 times. I can go like this too, but when I start to do this, it pushes all my seed to the outsides of my thing, so I kind of have to work it back in. So what we're trying to accomplish is just getting this seed mixed into this soil, and that way it'll have seed to soil contact, and the seed knows when it's against soil. So if it's not against soil, it won't germinate unless it stays wet continuously, right? So that's a real good signal. Then after I get my seed like that, I'll come out to a healthier spot and maybe rake up a little bit of chaff. And I'll take that chaff, I'll kind of just cover that area a little bit to help hold moisture. What I like about using, you know, thatch or grass clippings is it's free and it provides the exact nutrients that that seed desires while it decays and goes away. I make sure that I kind of step it all down and make sure that the area is there. If I'm going to do this entire shade area and try to thicken this up in this entire shade area, I might even just drive my little riding tractor back and forth across the whole thing after I got it all seeded. Pretty simple. Get it worked in the soil. Use an implement that's not going to tear up the existing grass. Get it mixed into that soil and then get some stuff on top, tamp it down, call it good. You can mow over it like normal, act like it's not even there. You don't have to increase your watering, maybe 1 extra day a week if you have a large situation, but just let it do its thing and you'll be plenty happy about how much of it's survived and is thicker next season, and that's how you do it. Pretty simple process. Thanks for listening.